hearing, we've got a pretty specific demographic, right, David? We have people who really want to keep Mitch McConnell from, another term in the Senate. 6 more years. Mitch, please. We definitely need to get rid of him. And we'd love to hear your advice. As somebody who's worked in politics at the national level, who's paid really close attention, what advice could you give this group, folks who are just desperate to send Mitch into retirement?
I think it's extraordinary. When you look at Mitch McConnell as a national political figure, he's the least popular senator, possibly the least popular politician in the country. I mean, I went to Louisville to sort of visit some of Mitch McConnell's old haunts for my book. And I would talk to, Uber drivers, just people, bartenders. This was back when you could go into a bar. And everyone, including people who are really conservative, don't like Mitch McConnell. So I think that's part of the thing that McConnell understands, is that the new politics doesn't actually matter if people hate you. They just have to hate the other person more. And I think part of that is going to be making the case that fundamentally, a lot of, you get to 35%, I would assume, by getting people who are excited about having a Democrat win that seat. But then you also need to have people say, it's just time for a change, right? This is not just a matter of replacing one set of policies with another. It's a matter of replacing somebody who has devoted his career to a national political party, but has time after time failed to deliver for the people who he actually represents. And I think that's when you look at McConnell's career, because we're here on something dedicated to not liking Mitch McConnell, talking about how important he is. I think that's what a lot of politicians dream of. Even the people who don't like them admit that they've made huge changes. But it's really important to recognize that the big changes that Mitch McConnell has made to America have not been made on behalf of people living in Kentucky. They have not been made on behalf of people living throughout the United States. They've only benefited a very small group of people. And by the way, most of those people are not living in Kentucky. Those are big donors outside the state. So I think I'm not a Kentucky strategist, and all politics is local. But I do think you have a national political figure who has time and time again prioritized the interests of a handful of out-of-state donors over the interests of the people who he is supposed to be fighting for every day. And, as you were pointing out, nothing is dramatizing that quite like the crises that we're facing in this moment, where McConnell is just not interested. He and Trump, it's another thing they have in common. They've just checked out. They're not bothering to fight this crisis.